Hi, it's Melissa. I'm going to review Lovevery delivery box today. It is one of the three subscription boxes that we have here in our house, and it's a little different than the other ones. So I'm going to start with Lovevery, but actually, right before I sat down to film, Koala Crate from KiwiCo came today. So at some point, I'll probably talk about this brand as well. So Lovevery is a subscription box for kids, basically from birth to 3 years old, and it is based on Montessori principles. So it is like highly learning, interactive. The colors are both bright and muted, and everything is like very thoughtful, sort of simply designed. Nothing like overly stimulating, but like very like creative play. And this is something that I thought about getting for my daughter for over 2 years. I got it for her as a 2-year-old birthday present, and I've absolutely loved it. So I'm a little disappointed that I waited so long. And the reason I waited so long is that it is quite expensive. The boxes are about $120. The good news is that the boxes tend to be for 3 months. And the reason I like that is twofold. One, if it was every month, it would just be way too many things. And two, you get 3 months out of that $120. So it's more like $40 a month rather than $120. So why I think it's worth it is because of the quality of the toys, the information they provide with them on developmental learning, and also things to do with your child beyond the products they get. And because if you just had Lovevery, you really wouldn't need anything else except maybe like a stuffed animal or something. But really, everything in the box is all they sort of need. Obviously, my daughter has tons of other things, but I do try to apply sort of the simplified principles of Lovevery to our lives where possible. So, for example, they say, you should only have 8-ish toys on display at any one time, because that way your child will establish a greater bond with those things and spend longer with them and connect with them more, which is 100% true. The more things she has, the more, transferring from thing to thing, the less time she spends with each individual toy. It's really hard to do in this world when, you're giving your child toys, friends are, you're getting hand-me-downs. But, it's something to kind of consider when you're looking at their room layout. I try to put some things in the closet, keep some things for rainy days, and not have absolutely everything she owns available at all times. So the very first box we got came with this sink. And I will say that this sink has been used probably more than any other toy she has. She absolutely loves it. You can see here, she put a sticker on it, so that's what that is. But it came with a little dish rack, 2 dishes, and 2 cups, and it says to like give your child like a small sponge to wash the works. So this is basically our play kitchen. We don't have like a big play kitchen. We live in a small apartment. So I feel like this is a great substitute. So the water comes out and it actually recycles back together. So, you're not wasting a ton of water. You can play with this literally for hours. She has so much fun with it. The only thing that you need to be careful about is that, you need to wash this a lot, because even though obviously it's for dishwashing, occasionally she'll think she can like take a drink. So, we try not to allow that, but we also try to keep this super, super clean in case she does, get any of this water somehow in her. But this alone was like almost worth the cost of the box, because she just played with it so much. So I'm going to show you a box that has several items in it. I'm just going to put this down. Everything I'm going to show you is not all from the same box, because I try to keep like as much. I actually only cut down to 1 box. We've gotten 3 so far, I think. So I've cut down to 1 box, and that I keep like most of the stuff in that isn't out all the time. So this was called the Enthusiast. So each box has a theme, and it comes with several things that kind of help you explain what to do with your toys and what they are. But one is this so in this one particular came a squeegee and a spray bottle, and these are in our bathroom. She loves them. Like a little toy sorting puzzle, a tea set, and like a craft glue set which we've used a ton, and a scale. So, plus it comes with a book. They all come with a book, and they all come with a learning guide. So the learning guide is actually for parents, and it explains your child's development that month. It explains how to introduce each object, each toy, and then it also gives you a bunch of different ideas that you can do outside of the toys they gave. So different projects, like we did this one where you basically put a wavy line on a big piece of paper and have them put stickers along the line, filling up the line completely. So I think we did every single extra activity in here because they're all like pretty simple to set up and fun. So I really like this because it condenses all the information and you can read it in like 10 minutes and really get an understanding of where your child's development is. So these play guides are really nice. And I'll show you like a few of the items that come in boxes. Again, I don't necessarily have every single thing from this play set together, but the tea set is super nice. Like it's very small, but everything is just so beautifully made, which is why I love this company. So it has these beautiful leather straps. It opens really nicely. It has like a little magnetic stick so it stays together, and just everything is just like these beautiful, this is probably one of the brighter objects actually, but these beautiful bright colors, but they're not like neon or overwhelming. It came with a couple plates, a couple cups, a little mat, and some napkins. So it's like the perfect little tea set. Again, kind of building on having a kitchen without having a kitchen. I will say my daughter has a bunch of tea sets, so we didn't necessarily need this, but I will keep this with us because I could see really using this if we travel. A lot of times we like to do, especially since COVID, outdoor travel. So this would be a good tiny little tea set to have for like a little picnic. So this one I usually do keep in this box just because we have a few others as well. But one of the really fun things that, you know, I wouldn't have thought to get her necessarily. Oh, I'm missing the little silver cups. But this little scale that comes with 2 little silver buckets, we spend a lot of time putting different things in there, weighing like which way is more. If you put 3 in one and 1 in the other, what happens? So this is kind of a really fun thing, and you can do use it a lot of different ways. You could do liquids, any kind of little objects, little toys. So I kind of bring this out on like days when we have nothing planned or I need to fill some time, and we sort of use it as an experiment. The other one she really, really loves, well, she really likes a lot of these toys. The other one I have right here that she really likes is basically Connect 4. Although it's not necessarily like play like Connect 4, but you can make it like Connect 4. And yeah, you just slide it in, and it is like, does take a strong hand to slide it in, so it's more of an adult thing to do. But once it's together, you know, there's a little slider on the bottom, and then these little really pretty little tiles that, you know, they can put in. She can dump them out, make different patterns, make different lines, put them in vertically, put them in horizontally. So she really likes that. She also really loves this little bag that they come in. So everything has sort of a nice packaging for it, and I really enjoy that as well. So it's not like Melissa and Doug where you literally have nothing to do, nothing to put your set in because they don't come with tops or containers. No, that's not, you know, a huge knock to Melissa and Doug. I like their products. They're beautiful and they're very affordable. I do like when I can easily put something away and that's provided for me. So the other kind of component of the books, and they're all different. This one was about making muffins. So it's a little Making Muffins rhyme book, and we did make muffins after we used this. The only thing with this, and I must have missed something, was that I couldn't find like the exact recipe. So I did have to Google my own recipe. I wonder why they didn't provide one, but it was a fun thing to do together. And yeah, so those are a few of the things that might come in a Lovevery box. And I've just found that we've gotten so much value out of it. These really do become toys, and they also become really good things to bring out when I don't have any other ideas. So some of them she uses all the time, like the sink. Others I bring out when we have some time to fill and we want to like experiment together. So yeah, I really can't say enough. I mean, other than the cost, there really is no doubt. One thing that I think changed actually is that when I first started looking at Lovevery, you couldn't just buy a single box. You had to have a subscription, but now you can actually buy a single box. So I bought my nephew, who's like 15 months, a box for Christmas, but I just bought one. That was his present. And, you know, I bought his brother a few other things. But I do think that if you have a few people buy gift cards or you ask for this on your registry, it's a good way to sort of subsidize the cost, I guess, because there is a lot of value in that. Yeah, so far, really, really love Lovevery, Lovevery. My husband calls it Lovevery, like delivery, but it's Lovevery. And I also like that it's every few months because a lot of the subscriptions that I love that I have, like Kiwi Crate and Hola Amigo Box, it's every month. And sometimes it's just like too much stuff and we haven't gotten through the previous month's stuff yet. So every few months actually really works out well. And it's very exciting when it comes. So obviously a glowing review. I don't have too much negative to say other than it might be cost prohibitive to some people. It's definitely something that I put a lot of thought into before I finally bit the bullet, but I'm glad I did. If you have a subscription that you love, I'd love to hear about it. They've been amazing during COVID, and I'm always looking for different things, especially because my daughter will be 3 at the end of June, and they currently do not make Lovevery for kids older than 3. So I will be looking for some other things potentially to entertain her. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.